everybody, welcome to another episode of On the Painting Table. This is my weekly update show where you guys can see the models I've been working on, what I've been painting, and get some sneak peeks into what's coming in the future. So this week we got all kinds of stuff, lots of different indie games, some mainstream stuff. I only finished 8 models this week, but I had a really big prior 2 weeks, so I feel like that kind of makes up for it. In addition, I've assembled a whole bunch of new stuff, new game that's going to be coming in, and I've got some other bits and pieces that I'm currently working on. So without further ado, let's take a look at what I got done and what's coming up in the following week. So here's my progress for this week. We got done some Coyotes and Lieutenant Mitch, who are the United Nations of Mankind minis from Shattered Earth. Now the 3 guys in the back here are the Coyotes. They are basic sort of line assault troopers for the United Nations of Mankind. And then Mitch here, Lieutenant Mitch, is your hero character. I did these up in kind of a deserty theme with the shifting sort of like calamities that are all over the planet. I wanted to do these guys in kind of a neutral combat armor tones. They have gray fatigues and then beige armor, and then most of their like accessories are sort of like scarves, and this guy's cloak are all done in OD green. I don't really know what the terrain looks like in Shattered Earth, but I figured this would match a variety of tables. I could do them in an urban environment or in like a desert environment or even a green environment, and they'd match pretty well. I had a lot of fun painting them. Now they are resin minis, so if you didn't see the Witches and Wonders on them, yeah, they are super fun to paint, nice crisp detail, and they are done from a ZBrush sort of sculpting. So they're all done. I put them on some bases, I think from Dragon Forge. These are some, I think they're supposed to be cobblestone, but they make great post-apocalyptic just urban bases, and then of course marked their front arcs. So they're all done. And then I finished up some Relic Blade minis. These are the Cleric and Spirit Hammer. Yeah, he's a dragon man, because why not have a dragon man be your cleric? I think that's pretty cool. And then the elf, and she's a druid. She can actually transform into that bear. That's her 2 forms in the game. And then the bases are on some of my punched plastic cards. So this is cobblestone plastic card, punched and put on 30mm bases. Sort of my custom cobblestone-y fantasy-ish bases. They're a lot of fun to paint. These were all sculpted actually in ZBrush again by Sean Sutter, and they're in metal. So if you want to check out Metal King Studios, he's the one that's making Relic Blade. These are some cool sort of like hero-driven skirmish combat stuff. And then our to-do list. Let's see what I've got sort of like coming up and working on in the future. So here's some add-on stuff. First of all, I need to finish off my Cult of the Possessed warband for Mordheim. So for the 2016 Open League for Mordheim, I'll be running a Cult of the Possessed in addition to my Marienburgers. And I got a Pit Fighter I wanted to add in too because he's just a cool model to have. This is a classic Possessed mini. He's very purple right now, but he'll be in different shades soon. And then this guy with the spear is the only Possessed model I have that I haven't actually painted yet. So he'll be part of the henchman group of 2 spears. Then I have my other Rhino. This is my Demos Pattern Rhino for my Heresy army. Score, who's got a little bit more just worked on him. And then this right here is my Zabatur. So the Zabatur can't have a Thunderhammer or Power Fist or anything, but he can have a Lightning Claw. He's got a Combi Melta as well, and he's wearing Camellia Line. This is a conversion. I used the Company Champion, I think it is, or the Legion Champion as my basis for it, and then gave him some accessory bits like the comms array. He's got a head from a, a Recon Marine, because I thought that would be cool for a Zabatur. This just gives me the option of doing the Dynat Wombo combo. I don't know if I'll actually do the Dynat Auto, you lose a vehicle Wombo combo, but taking Dynat and a Zabatur does let you threaten a vehicle pretty good, so I may just do that and not be the guy that all stakes the combat harness that lets you automatically roll a 6 if you take a wound. But there's the sort of like bits and pieces I'm working on for my Alpha Legion, and then we've got a new game. And that game's going to be Guild Ball. The guys from Steamforged Games, nice of them to send me some Guild Ball teams. And I've started work on the Masons. So this is the entire Mason roster I have available. The captain's there out front. We've got 6 team members. The mascot, who is a mandrill, which I think is hilarious, and then the ball itself. And then some Union to add on to it. So the Union are basically mercenaries, and not all these guys will work for the Masons, but some of them will, and they were a logical second team to paint up, because then I'll have a loner team, so I can teach Owen how to play, as well as bits and pieces. If someone wants to come in, some of these players will actually play for the Masons as well. So it expands the Masons lineup, and also gives us a second team option for the co-ops we're playing. So they're just based right now. All that pink stuff that you see in there is just some epoxy sculpt that I did to make the bases a little bit stronger and cover in their base tabs. And they're going to get airbrush primed and textured in the next like hour, half hour, and they'll be my next thing to do after I finish those Mordheim guys. So I'm painting the Horus Heresy stuff. I don't really have to add to it right now. I'm just trying to get that stuff done for the sake of completeness. I want to get the Zabatur and Score finished at least. But the next sort of like order of operations is Mordheim stuff and then start working on this guild ball. All right, so here's my update for this week's On the Painting Table. Got some indie game minis finished, and also managed to get assembled my new Guild Ball stuff and some base coats airbrushed onto the other minis for my Mordheim warband. So we'll see you next week for more On the Painting Table. You can catch up with what I got finished. Maybe I'll have one of these teams done. Probably the Masons, I get them finished first. Yeah, you can check that out when we come back next Saturday. Until then, I'm Ash.